The sound of wedding bells rang through the air like an echo of someone else's happiness. I stood outside the stone church in a dress that used to fit better, mascara streaking my cheeks. The tissue in my hand long past saving. My throat burned from holding in the sobs, but I wasn't going to give Ethan the satisfaction. Not today. Not when he was inside. Marrying Julia Whitmoreris to a family that could buy my whole apartment complex without blinking. The guests clapped. Someone whooped. Laughter spilled out onto the steps like champagne, and I tasted bile in my throat. I'd begged myself not to come, but I had to see it. Had to see if the man who once told me I was his always looked half as haunted walking down the aisle as I felt standing in the rain. He didn't. I turned to leave. My heels sank into the wet ground. One more step and I could disappear back into the nothing that waited for girls like me. But then I heard it. I couldn't let you go again. The voice wrapped around me like a rope from the past. I froze. No, it couldn't be. But when I turned, there he was, Daniel Hart, dressed in a charcoal suit that didn't belong on someone I used to share lunch with in high school. He looked like a Wall Street storm in human form, sharper jaw, darker hair, same damn eyes. Daniel, I barely recognized my own voice. I was here for business, he said quickly, like he hadn't rehearsed that line 50 times in the mirror. But when I saw the guest list and your name, you left. I snapped. You disappeared. No goodbye, no explanation. That was 10 years ago. His eyes dimmed. I know. I messed up. But I'm here now. You're here. Now, I repeated, hollow. Just in time to watch me lose all my dignity on a church sidewalk. A beat of silence stretched between us. Then, softly, I never stopped thinking about you, Amelia. And damn him, my chest cracked open like a fault line, because a part of me had never stopped thinking about him either. The boy who made me feel seen when I didn't even see myself. But now I was the woman left behind while another wore white. So why now? I asked. Why today? I couldn't watch you go through this alone, he said. I didn't answer. I didn't walk away either. The doors to the church swung open like the final blow of a cruel joke. Out came Ethan, grinning like a man who'd just won the lottery. And I guess, in a way, he had. Julia Whitmore-Rich, radiant, perfectly polished, clung to his arm like a trophy. Her designer gown sparkled under the sunlight, the same sun that turned me into a sweaty, blotchy mess in a department store clearance dress. Their guests flooded the steps. The applause was deafening. Hollow, my spine stiffened. Is that Amelia? Someone whispered. Julia saw me first. Her smirk was surgical. Oh, Ethan, look. She came after all. Brave. Ethan followed her gaze. His smile faltered. Amelia, he said, like he'd spotted a smudge on his perfect day. Didn't think you'd actually show. Still dramatic. Ha! I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. Daniel stepped forward before I could find breath. She doesn't owe you anything, he said, low but firm. Clara, Ethan's sister, who once begged me to stay with him during one of his dark phases, curled her lip. And who's this? Your latest rebound. You work fast. Daniel took one slow step forward. The air shifted. I'm someone who knows a diamond when he sees one, he said. Gaze steady. Unlike your brother, Clara laughed. Classy. Picking her up at a pity wedding? I picked her up off the pavement. Daniel snapped. Right where your family dropped her. Ethan stepped down, jaw clenched. Maybe it's time you both left. Maybe it is, I whispered. Daniel turned to me. Gentle now, Amelia. You okay? The words cracked something loose. I wasn't okay. I was burning. Every pair of eyes felt like acid on my skin. Don't, I said to him. Don't make a scene, please. His voice dropped. They don't get to humiliate you. They already did. I choked out. So let's go before I lose what little I've got left. We walked away. My legs trembled with every step, but Daniel never touched me. He just walked beside me, a silent presence, a shield. I hated that I needed him, but I hated more how good it felt not to be alone. The city blurred past the car window like an old film reel on fast-forward soft lights. Hard memories. Daniel's car was sleek, quiet. The kind of thing you drive when your life turned out. Okay, I stared out the window, arms crossed. Wedding laughter still ringing in my ears like a cruel ringtone I couldn't silence. I didn't expect you to talk to me, Daniel said. breaking the silence. I didn't expect to see you, I replied. Yet here we are. He turned the car onto a quieter street, then pulled into a riverside lot. The water shimmered in the street lights, slow and endless. We didn't get out right away, just sat there. He finally spoke. We moved to Spain. My dad's company relocated, suddenly non-negotiable. I was 17. I fought like hell to stay, but I was a kid. You could have written, I said quietly. I didn't think I deserved to. I turned toward him. So why now, Daniel? What made you come back? His hand reached behind the seat. A brown paper bag rustled as he placed it on my lap. I figured you hadn't eaten. Inside was a toasted bagel, my favorite, with cream cheese and raspberry jam, a bottled lemonade, a napkin with my name written in messy block letters like he used to do in high school when he'd sneak snacks into my locker. It was ridiculous, and it broke me. Tears hit the bag before I could stop them. I covered my face with my hands, ashamed of how easily kindness ended me. I'm sorry, I whispered. Don't be, he said. I'm not here to demand anything. I just couldn't let you hurt alone. I looked at him, really looked. The suit was expensive, sure, but underneath, he was still Daniel, the boy who walked me home after every tutoring session, who once sat in the nurse's office with me for an hour after a panic attack. I didn't know if I could trust him, but I knew one thing. He had shown up. And right now, that mattered more than anything. I took a bite of the bagel, sweet, warm, familiar. I'll listen, I said, but no promises. His shoulders dropped, like he'd been holding his breath since we left the church. That's all I ask, he said. The river moved beside us, slow, steady, healing.